Well, it is a high point, undoubtedly, of our week, certainly of a Friday show where we become petrol heads. The boys from Overdrive TV are here, and we are looking at what looks like a complete paradox for Mini, the Mini Paceman. Boys, what is going on in the design house at Mini?
Good morning, Graham. Well, we've got two brand new cars on the South African market for you this morning. You're quite right, this is a very different Mini. It's the Mini Paceman, and then at the back there we've got the new Infiniti M30D.
Yeah, so let's start with the Mini Paceman. Now, I've been in advertising for a number of years, as you know, Chair, and I always wonder how some products actually get to market. Was there an irate consumer out there saying, you don't make a Mini for me, or do Mini just say, let's make it and people will want it?
The thing is though, however this happened, right, it doesn't make me worry about the state of car makers. It makes me worry about the state of society. As a society, is this what we want?
Yeah, I mean, it's here and it's very odd, however it got here. I mean, it's kind of an SUV, coupe, four-seater, urban lifestyle enhancer.
I mean, look, the thing is, right, it's a Mini made by BMW. It's not going to be a crap car.
No.
It's going to do all the car things really well, but it's really refreshing because as a product, it's nowhere. It's trying to do everything and failing at everything.
I mean, first of all, let's look at it. I mean, the company is called Mini, and this is huge. They may as well have called this the Mini Huge. I mean, it's like almost naming a car that's the antithesis of what your company is, like an unreliable Reliant or a new Oldsmobile.
Although they did that
anyway.
They do that. But I mean, let's talk about what some things it does do very well. It's very cool, but the styling doesn't come together for me.
You know, first of all, the first thing I noticed, I walked towards it the other morning, and if you look at this grille, it kind of looks like it's caught a glimpse of itself in the mirror, and it's gone like kind of.
What is that?
What have I done?
No,
exactly.
The thing is, though, the tail lights at the rear are really quite a work of art, and it's kind of it's similar to that new Range Rover in its profile, isn't it?
If we look at it around the back here, you can see.
Yeah.
You can see it's got a bit of a whiff of the Evoque in the back bit here. So if you're looking to buy an Evoque one day, you kind of want to maybe start here and build your way up towards that.
Build your way up.
And also, if you are a Mini driver, you will know that in the inside, the center console, there was always a toggle switch for the windows. Now, having driven Minis for quite a few years, I finally got used to the fact that you put the electric windows down there. But they've changed all that. They've moved the electric windows to a sensible place. So now when you go to open the window, you'll put it into sport mode.
But that's okay, because
that's not a bad thing.
In this thing is a lot of fun.
Absolutely. As we said, this is a BMW-derived 1.6 turbo. This is the Coupe S. It is loads of fun to drive, although it's not as much fun as an actual Mini.
Yeah, because it's just so bulky and so tall.
And as a result, because it's so bulky and so tall and so bulbous, they've had to make the suspension so hard. It is, honestly, I can imagine, I've never worn them, but I can imagine there's more suspension in a pair of stilettos.
I was about to ask, actually, how you knew that. But 357,000 Rand for that. Do yourself a favor, buy the normal Mini. It's much better and much cheaper.
Absolutely.
So let's go over to Japan now. Now, if you're a fan of the Formula One racing series sport, you will know that this brand is now splashed all over that energy drink team's car that keeps winning everything.
Yes, absolutely. It's driven Sebastian Vettel to 3 world titles, although we must point out the engine in that is a Renault, and that car is made in Woking in the United Kingdom.
So it doesn't make sense for a luxury car brand to be there, in my opinion. But you know, dads in America have been able to make the to the infinity and beyond joke for decades now, but we finally can, because Infinity's on our shores. We've driven the 4x4. It's quite nice, and this is their first saloon.
Absolutely. Now, just to point this out, Infiniti is Nissan's luxury brand, so obviously they're gunning it rivals Toyota's luxury brand, which is, of course, is Lexus.
Yes.
I haven't actually driven this yet, Chiro, but we only got it yesterday, but you have.
I have, and I'm happy to report that it is actually really comfortable to drive, this thing. This has got the big diesel motor.
Absolutely.
And I think what's really nice about being inside it is you don't have to look at it anymore.
Yes.
Because the styling is, well, there isn't any, is there?
Yeah, it's kind of like I've never actually baked anything, but it starts off nicely here. Now, I think if I baked a cake, I'd take it out of the pan, and at the back it would just kind of...
Yes, if you and I were baking journalists and not car journalists, and we made something, this is what it would look like.
This is what it would look like.
But if you're a fan of being deafened, like I am, you're in luck, because this has one of the best sound systems I've ever heard in the car, and they've put speakers in the seats.
But that is not the only
Yes.
assault you get once you're in that car.
No, you're also assaulted by buttons.
How many buttons are there, Joe?
Okay, well, you know me, I'm a bit of a car nerd, so I actually counted. There's 70 buttons in there. 70 across the
70
dashboard and the
buttons.
steering wheel, and 6 knobs for you to play with.
Now, to put this in context, I mean, they're not hardly rivals, but we drove the new Renault Clio recently, and they've managed to reduce everything ergonomically to one button.
Yes, that's
inside
because it has a touch screen, but this also has a touch screen.
Oh, so if the 76 knobs and buttons can't take care of the job, there's still a touch screen.
There we go. The thing is, though, I mean, if you're going to go for a big saloon, the German cars can sometimes feel really serious, almost like you're lucky to drive them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you're privileged to be driving
Yes,
there. Yeah.
in my company. Whereas the Japanese cars, they're trying so hard to impress you, and they're just so polite. They're like the best hotel staff in the world, really.
Yeah, with 70 different buttons to control each of them. So,
There we go. So 2 very refreshing cars, but for very different reasons, Graham.
absolutely.
Thank you, boys. An awesome exploration. As always, you can pick up the conversation with them online at Overdrive TV is their Twitter handle. We're going to take a very quick break now. Then the Africa Day celebrations continue with another mesmerizing performance. Don't go too far.
With a range of quality products guaranteed nationally, you will always find there's so much more to Midas.